Hi everyone, I decided to do something new today, so thank you so much for coming to my channel. And we're just going to go ahead and do whatever it is that Spirit deems necessary for me to tell you guys. So stick with me and let's get this started. Okay, thank you so much once again for coming to my channel. My name is Danielle. If you are returning, thank you for coming. And if you are brand new, thank you for coming. Okay, let's get into some energy. I know I've been feeling lately some energies pertaining to staying strong, staying focused, staying focused on self as far as our self-love and building ourselves up, strengthening our relationships with Source, and making sure that we come into this space of our heart where our discernment as well as our intuition is being built, okay? Because we definitely are within the heights of spiritual battle right now. And so all of the upgrades and downloads that we're getting as a collective, it definitely is taking a toll on our physical 3D body. Okay, so be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, heed the instruction from Source, spend time with yourself, more important than not, because of all of the distractions and the information that we have at our fingertips. Definitely take the time out to be in touch with Source at all times so that we know exactly what moves we need to make. So let me just get some energy in regards to where we are as a group, and let's tap into a nice little timeline of congruency with you guys. So we have fantasy, exhaustion, and ecstasy. Right off the bat, what I'm feeling, family, is that there's a state amongst many of you where you've been trying to create your sense of happiness. So in essence, trying to create happiness instead of live in the definition of happiness. So what I'm getting is you have been through a lot. You have gone through particular situations that spiritually as well as physically have upgraded you. You have hit particular milestones in your life that were goals as far as what you considered achievement, but there needs to be some level of an acknowledgement that there needs to be a shift between what your definition of happiness and enjoyment is versus what it actually is in reality. All right, let's get some information with the tarot. Because you guys are, for whoever this particular message is, there's a sense of feeling literally 100% drained in trying to maintain a sense of a lifestyle that you've created or particular habits that you've created that you've convinced yourself are your means of happiness or things that you deserve because you've been through so much. So let's get into that. I'm going to go ahead and use the tarot on this one here. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's okay. You understand what I'm saying? Because we all go through our periods of growth and, you know, our periods of assessment. All right, Source. Thank you so much again for the ability to give this particular message. Please may the message come out clear and precise. Protect us all from entities as well as energies that are against our better good or for our best interest. And I implore and call upon our archangels, ancestors, ascended masters for guidance and for protection, all through Source. Thank you. Ashe, Ashe. And what is fantasy, Source? I have the 10 of Pentacles. I have a 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I have a Knight of Swords. All right. And the World card. Go figure. Oh, okay. Here we go. We have a Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, the World card, the 5 in reverse, and the Knight. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. What it's feeling like is that it's a relationship situation that we're in right now. Okay? There was a particular person who it feels as though came towards you, right? Promising, or whom you saw, not so much that they promised, but whom you saw for whatever the degree is, whether they promised it or whether or not it was something that you hoped upon, with the fantasy card being there. But it was a particular person who came along promising a sense of stability, as well a sense of happiness, building a family with this ten of Pentacles, giving you the idea that this was going to be your dream, your sense of stability, all of the things that you wanted, the goals that you wanted to achieve. You saw that you could have it with this particular person, right? And it is what it is. And then you have the Knight of Swords. And with the Knight of Swords, you ran for life. Okay, that's what I'm getting, is that you ran for life. So your fantasy was shattered. Okay, it feels as though your fantasy was shattered. Okay, and what I'm also getting to is, along with this particular thought process that you had would be this world of dreams for you, you found yourself, even after feeling heartbroken or left out in the cold, still fighting and still going back and forth, feeling depleted and still feeling like there's something else I need to do or something that I should be doing. Let's get some information on exhaustion. We have a 9 of Pentacles. We have a 7 of Swords. We have a 10 of Swords. One more card, source. One more card for the exhaustion. We have the Magician and the 2 of Swords. So with the exhaustion card, what it's looking like is that this is your energy, collective, okay? The 9 of Pentacles. This is you. This is you in all of your, like, everything that you've needed in this particular situation was already with you. And though you did subscribe to the offer of love and the offer of camaraderie and opportunity that was sprinkled upon you, and I say sprinkled with a very selective choice of words, though you accepted that, everything that you needed to be fulfilled was already in you, okay? And what ended up happening was that you were deceived, okay? You were deceived at the very end of the day. That caused your heart to be broken, and you found yourself having to walk away and having to start a whole new cycle, okay? You had to start a whole new cycle, which is what you did. But the reason why you had to walk away and start a whole new cycle is because it was the shenanigans that was being done and you feeling as though you were trapped. So it was the mind games and the manipulation that was done to keep you blinded. That's the person or the situation that you actually had to deal with. What's the ecstasy? What's ecstasy, source? What's the ecstasy card for the collective? We have a 6 of Cups in reverse. We have a Page of Wands. What's the Page of Wands with the 6 of Cups in reverse? The Emperor. And that's them. Okay. So whereas you were in having all of my ducks lined up, being very cognizant of how I'm handling myself, being considerate of others, making sure I live in love and light, there was Don Juan, who thought that he or she was actually ruling the world, okay, and running things and sitting back on the throne while you did all the particular work. What's the Page of Wands to the Emperor and ecstasy? One more card, please, source. One more card, please, source. You didn't get played. Because that's how you're feeling, like you got played. You didn't get played. You got taught a particular lesson. What's the Page of Wands with the Emperor to the 6 of Cups in reverse? The High Priestess and the Hierophant. At the end of the day, you did get caught up, okay, with the Page of Swords. You got caught up in the excitement of things. You got caught up in literally the ecstasy of things, okay? The excitement, the chase and thrills, the good times, hitting all the lower points. I'm surprised that the devil didn't come out. But you got tested and you got caught up. You got caught up because this particular person and situation geared directly towards all of the desires that you had, okay? And with the High Priestess and the Hierophant, you literally had to go within to try to find the structure that was necessary to break you out of this fantasy that was causing you a sense of exhaustion because there was a particular person or some situation that was causing you a sense of ecstasy. But what was also happening was that it was really keeping you in your head because it really wasn't a true sense of reality, okay? These were games that were being played to keep you in this place in your head, okay? It was very superficial, hot energy, like, let's do this, we're going to do it well, okay? But you do remember that not all times were good, okay? And because you are who you are as the Empress, okay, as the person who has all of their stuff together, balanced for the most part, not perfect, but definitely comes across to others who aren't on a higher frequency as someone who has all their stuff together, you attracted this energy here, okay, the player. Because what did this particular person want? He wanted your energy, your essence, right? But the only way that they knew how to get it was through deceit, okay? Through making you feel as though you weren't good enough, okay? Make you feel as though you should be less than because that way you were easier to handle. That particular person wouldn't have to stand up or to grow up because if they brought you down, then they could keep the shenanigans going and stay in their old ways, okay? And so what ended up happening is that your dream of having it all with this person and your dream that they fed you as far as making sure that all possibilities to grow and to change and to make a future together, all of that you ran away from because the cycle closed out due to the fact that you had the last sword in your back through the betrayal that happened, okay? But what it did, and this is why it's a blessing, is that it threw you into a state where you understood what was most important and you saw behind the veil of the nonsense that was going on. And so you made a decision, a practical decision to move forward. All right, let's get some advice. Let's do this. Yeah, so it seems as though it were, do you see the cards this way? Yeah, so the closeness that you felt with this particular person was that this was someone from your past, someone who you legitimately had a real connection with. You felt as though this was a particular contract. But the problem is that there was some distance that was needed between the two of you because your intuition was telling you that this particular person or situation was avoiding or pushing you away, okay? And the problem with that is that with the pushing away, though they felt as though it was where they could keep secrets and there was some level of obscurity that would keep you in a place where you'd be like kind of neutral, what it actually did was that it caused an emotional storm for you. And it caused you to go into a place where you ended up realizing and calling this person's bluff. And that particular bluff is what caused, calling that particular bluff is what caused you to walk away and caused you the heartache because you had to see it for what it was. But I think that what the point is and what Source is telling me to focus on right now in my statement is that you are the Nine of Pentacles, male or female. It's an energy. It's an energy of Empress, rather. It's an energy of being completely fulfilled. It's an energy of having all the things inside you that you need and using yourself as a reference for validation as well as what the definition of love is. It's already in you. And I know it's very difficult when you're living on such a grounded platform like Earth because everything is tangible. We want to understand things. We want to see, touch, taste, hear things, like we want that tangibility. But Source is really urging you to dig within yourself. Remember, there was a card here, the Six of Pentacles. Remember, or the Six of Cups rather, remember what and who you were in a past time. Remember the parts of you that were outside of the pain, okay? Yeah. Because you're feeling heartless with the heart fog because of the loyalty that was broken. Yeah, and all of the conversations about it was only you, it's only us. You did feel as though it was a connection that was a full commitment, and it was truly the beginning of a brand new direction. Start over every single time that you went back. And it's what it was. But the message that Source is telling me to tell you is 190%. Everything that you need for recovery is within you. All right. All right. So that's the information. Let me give you just some words of advice before we kind of break out. And I need you all to be very clear and be very aware that there is no such thing as coincidences, and no one walked into your life by accident or because it was just a haphazard thing. All situations and relationships are lessons that we teach or lessons that we learn from. Our number one goal is to walk in our truth as clearly, truthfully, and as strongly as possible. Because once again, I don't believe that most of our karma is because of what we do as much as it is as the intent in which we do it. Because I do believe that Source consistently sets situations up where we're consistently able to redeem ourselves in bad deeds, or doing the wrong thing, you get saved, or you weren't supposed to be in a particular place, but it kind of worked out, and somebody else got shot, but it wasn't you. These are all the opportunities that we have to keep making our wrongs right. Okay, but it starts with forgiving ourselves, recognizing where the problem is, and then making different decisions so that we can actually take advantage of the grace of reciprocity and correspondence. Anyway, having said that, let's get some words of advice. What is it you'd have the collective to know? What is it you'd have the collective to know? And if you're not aware, I do not pick a card unless it turns over. That's just the conversations that Source and I have. All right, so what we're gonna leave out with today is karmic vibrations. It says, conquer your karmic relationships and allow them to teach you so that you don't repeat the same mistakes again. It goes with exactly what I just said. These are all lessons. Nothing is coincidence. All right. So dig deep and understand where you stand and why you've reacted the way that you have, and what your next step is going to be, and what the lesson was, or what was it that was triggered that now you're aware of. Okay. Thank you so very much for coming. Definitely hit the subscribe, like, as well as notify button if you'd like to see more information from me. Have a beautiful, blessed week, and thank you so much again. Bye.